Hey, testing, testing, one, two, three. Welcome everybody to the Ablo Show channel where we talk about comics, movies, and TV shows. So today on the Ablo Show channel, I'm going to try out a show or discussion topic that I wanted to do a long time ago. Like right about like 3 years ago when I was in high school, I really wanted to do this, but I didn't have the confidence or the equipment to do it. Now, what this show entails is I tell you about a show that I watched growing up, and I try to review it, try to see if it's relevant now, if you can watch it again. That's why this show is called ReWatchables. And I will try to see which show from my childhood any kid from this day and age could like. I could drop anybody in and they'll be like, oh, I get it. That's cool. I want to watch that. So someone from now, who is watching all this new stuff, what would they think of the stuff that was coming out back then? So today, the first topic of discussion is my favorite show ever, and it's the best show, in my opinion. It's the best, at least it's the best kid show, right? Mighty Men. Now, you can dispute with me, you can say that's not true. But to me, you're not gonna fight me on this, okay? This is the best definitive show that I watched as a kid. It's the best show that any kid can get his hands on, okay? I don't care what you're gonna throw at me. I'm just gonna throw the show at you and be like, yes, this is the show. Now, mind you, I am biased, obviously, because this show was there around the time I was going through a really weird time, and it like gave me joy and stuff. But I am pretty biased about the show, and I will not listen to any criticism, no matter how good the criticism is or where it comes from. I don't care. This is the best show ever. Okay, let me tell you what the show's about, and then let me tell you if it's re-watchable, if it's okay to watch it nowadays, while you understand that I am biased. Okay, the premise of the show. While at a comic book store called The Domain, which is located in Philadelphia, two boys named Kaz and Oliver find themselves in a superhero hospital called Mighty Med. Upon finding its secret entrance at the local hospital, they become doctors and youth observers at Mighty Med under the supervision of Horace Diaz, despite the fact that they are normos, which is the term given to people who have no powers. Kaz and Oliver would often work on various injured superheroes while having some misadventures along the way that would involve encounters with various supervillains. Now, come on! Tell me that isn't awesome. The thing that threw me off, the thing that made me want to watch the show was the fact that it was a superhero hospital. And I hadn't watched, at the time, I probably watched one or two shows that were based off of superhero shows. And I tried to get into Smallville, but it wasn't really something I was into. And the other show was Ordinary Family, which also wasn't something I didn't want to get into, but I thought it was still cool. But Mighty Men was one of those shows where it just depicted the whole superhero thing so well. It just like showed you the how the superhero world works and how the superhero world exists within itself. It's a very good starting point and entry point if you ever wanted to get into comics, because it shows you what comics is, what comics shows you, the lunacy in comics, the eccentricity, the craziness of comics, and it's very well depicted in the show. It also had a. It didn't have. I wouldn't call it a sister show, but it had a show that if you watched it alongside with Mighty Med, you would think it was a companion show, which was Lab Rats. And Lab Rats was kind of different, but kind of the same premise. It wasn't. It was kind of like a normal human being put into the superhero world, which I thought was cool. Mighty Med is also a very unique show because of the way it handles superheroes. It's a very unique idea and a very unique take on the superhero world where most of the characters in Mighty Men, a lot of the characters, are spoofs of the original superheroes. But the thing about Mighty Men that makes it interesting is that it's set in a hospital, so it runs like like a hospital show, and the superheroes are kind of in the background. It doesn't run like a superhero show where, well, it's kind of like both. It's kind of like it runs like a superhero show where they have a villain to defeat every day, but also at the same time they have a medical problem to deal with. That's part of the my appeal with it because it was also like one of the writers worked on Scrubs. One of the creators worked on Scrubs, and I thought it was very interesting that a guy who worked on Scrubs, which was also like a very interesting kind of hospital show, would work on this show on Disney about a hospital for superheroes. And the other one of the writers was one of the writers for Phineas and Ferb. So it made it more not just kid friendly, but just interesting to read. I mean to watch. Just interesting to observe because of the way the stories unfolded and the way it like turned lunacy up to 11, and that was like really interesting. But also it really paid homage to comic books and superheroes. It really made me like think, wow, they really like superheroes and comic books, and I thought that was really awesome. Now, is it rewatchable? Would I recommend it to you in this day and age? The show itself is like only 4 years away from cancellation. It was canceled long ago. Not that long ago, actually. It wasn't canceled that long ago. So is it rewatchable? Would I suggest that you watch it now? And I'm guessing, given your age or something, you'd be probably closer to my age. And I would say, yes, I would say go watch it because it's very good. It's very interesting and very fun to watch. And the twists and turns and the thing, it's the twists are somehow just I didn't see them coming, and I was just wow. For a kids show, this is really interesting to watch. So I'll be doing this every week around Thursday. Please like, subscribe if you want to catch more of this. There'll be other stuff on my channel like the drawing episodes, and you can also follow me at Pubby the Artist, Pabay the Artist, and my Instagram is at Pabay Kobe, and that's where I will throw my drawings and stuff. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for letting me entertain you.